Hello and welcome to TVBOSS Essentials Session 3. So in this video I'm going to go over how to install your TVBOSS software on your hosting. So let's just come over to my cPanel here, and for this demonstration I'm just using my domain jonathanhammond.info, but you can use any domain you like. So I'll just go into the file manager, and then what I want to do is get into public HTML. Now what I suggest you do is install where you're going to want all your channels to reside into a folder. So what I've done is I've created this folder here, and you'll notice that I've made it so it's not really relevant in terms of the name of the folder to Roku or TVBOSS. So I'm going to just double click and get inside there, and at the moment this is empty, but this is where I'm going to install all my channels using this particular hosting account. As I have the agency and white label, I can of course install this either on my client's hosting, albeit generally I would recommend keeping it under your own control and use your own hosting accounts. So what I want to do now is actually upload the software. So let me just go into the downloads here, just as a reminder of what I covered I think in the first video. So what you want is this file here that says download TVBOSS. This will give you the latest version, which at the time of this video is 3.0.1, I believe. And so let's just download. I've already downloaded that, so let me just come back here to the file manager, and I'm going to upload it. You can also use FTP, but this is my preferred option, and you'll see why in a minute, because all I'm going to do is drag this one file into here. That's one way. The other way to do it is to actually click this blue button that says select file, and then in this case I have it in documents, so I can just find the file, select it, click open, and what you'll see is in a matter of seconds it uploads. It is quite a small file, less than 1/2 of a megabyte. So I can now click back on here, which will take me inside. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extract this. This is the advantage over FTP when you use the file manager, because you only have to upload one file into the folder where you're going to have this particular channel. So I'll just extract that, and that will create another folder in here, if I just reload this, called Roku TVBOSS. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to rename this, and again I'm not going to actually call it what I would describe as a meaningful name, because for security reasons I don't want people to be able to easily find this folder and therefore have a target that they can try and hack into. So I'll just put a few random letters and numbers in here, and that will rename the folder. And if I now open this folder, you'll see it has two folders, a feed folder and a manage folder. And if I open the manage folder, I'll find other folders in there. Now what we must do is set up the username and password. The video that's in TVBOSS is an old version, and the procedure there was slightly different. In the later versions from 2.5.0 onwards, it uses this method. So what I'm going to do is click on that user.php file, and then I'm going to click on edit, and then I just need to set a password. I'm going to leave this username and password as it is, but this is very important. It's essential that you change this to use your own username, and I suggest you use a strong password. Don't use things with words in, or things like password or something like that, as that's too easy for someone to guess. And then, having changed this, you would just click on the save, and that would then be set up. And then what you can do to test it is, if I just go up a level, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this index file, and this is my little trick to get the path right for your installation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this bit here, because you would never remember that or easily be able to type it. But if I just highlight that and then Control C on a PC or Command C on a Mac, I will then have the full path to this file, and I can just cancel that. I don't actually need to copy it anywhere. That was just an easy way to get that path. So now I can come up here, and I'll just take it back so it's got the domain, and I can just paste in, sorry, I just need to put the O in there for the info. Okay, so now when I load this, it should work, and indeed it does. Now just be careful, because I had set a password previously, that's why it's filling that in. So if you remember, I've left this on the default, but I will need to type that in there again, and then it's going to allow me to actually log in. And as you can see, it's version 3.0.1, as I mentioned earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down here and copy this JSON feed URL. So I'm going to highlight it. Now what we do need to do though is take off that index PHP, as the URL is actually like that. So let's just copy that, and then I'll just open another window, and I'll just check that this does actually work. And there you can see that it does. Now normally it would probably appear something like this. I've just clicked on the raw button. what I've done actually is installed an extension. So let me just show you that, and I will put the link below where this video gets posted. But what I did is I went to the Chrome store, and I then just searched for JSON formatter, and this is what it brought up, and this is what I'm using. So if I just go back here a second, and see, it does change it slightly by clicking on the parser, but that's just so it makes it a little bit easier to read more than anything. So that works. So that in fact is our install finished for the TVBOSS software. We'll obviously go through the actual use of it in another video, but that is sufficient for this video, and I'll see you in another video soon. Thanks and bye for now.